I think it's a welcome development, and I think it's a step in the right direction considering the hardship people are going through, especially business owners that majorly use diesel as alternative power supply. The electricity supply has been fluctuating for a while, and aside that, I commend him for that. And what we are really expecting is for the Dangote group to start the production of PMS, which is used more daily by people in the remote areas and people of the lower chain of the economy. That's the grassroots. Petroleum, I think when it's subsidized, it will relatively affect the cost of price and other commodities as well. At least the dollar against Naira has been appreciating, so it's a right step in the right direction.
Concerning the diesel price, I think he has tried, but it's not going to affect the economy much. Yes, that is my own take. Why so? Because diesel used to be sold before now for about 700, 500 or so. As of late, within no time, it rose up to one something and all that. And if it's coming down, we are hoping maybe they will bring it down to about 700. Yes, but leaving it at 1,000, I don't think there will be much change. There will not be much change. There will be no. I don't think it's going to affect the economy in any meaningful way, but it's going to affect a little. But I don't think it's going to affect the economy because somebody is buying a liter of diesel for 1,000 and is getting, let's say, 10 liter. That is 10,000 naira, and you don't expect him to. And most times we don't have electricity to power our businesses, and we rely solely on most of this. Both diesel and petrol. I don't think it will affect the economy much. That is my take.
It's a reduction in price of diesel by the Dangote Refinery. It's a welcome development. In fact, we want to see more of such, not just by Dangote, but probably by federal government at large. Because the truth is that not everybody uses diesel. A lot of people depend solely on fuel, and you and I will agree with me that recently there has been this kind of inflation very high. And then when we try to okay, Nigeria may not necessarily be using dollar, but at the end of the day, we see a lot of this thing impacting on our economy. Recently also, we've seen that dollar has reduced, but things have not still reduced. We see a lot of pronouncements here and there telling us that Naira is doing well globally and the rest of it, but as a common man, how does it impact my business? How does it, affect what I do positively? So you still see it as very strange. Globally, we are doing well. Our currency is doing well. The federal government is trying, but as an individual, is it impacting positively on my business? So where's the missing link? I'm one of those people that argued when dollar was, skyrocketing. I said, dollar may be very high, but how does it impact on that regular businesswoman who goes to her farm to pluck vegetable, to come to sell to me without even having to transport it to, just within the local market? You see that sometimes information is very key. People tend to okay, once they hear dollar is high, they increase. So now that dollar is going low, why don't you reduce? They begin to give excuses. So it's a welcome development, like I said, but we want it all across board. We want it not just in diesel fuel. A lot of people run on the normal fuel that you and I know. I think this morning there was a kind of some sort of a public announcement as well by one of those they call it this CNG. I don't know what these cars that use other alternative to. Yes. So the question is, pending when all those things become effective. Currently, we are still depending heavily on fuel. We can't deny that. Nigeria is still running on fuel.
Actually, it's 100% good because according to the economic system of this Nigeria right now, we are passing through some difficulties about things. Things are very expensive, and even in terms of fuel. But thanking God for using him as another to help this nation by bringing the diesel to 1,000 naira. And bringing the diesel to 1,000 naira will empower the country and empower the community and the society too, so that they can be able to avoid some payment. This payment is very avoidable. Even though I'll be very glad if you can just still bring down the fuel rates. For now, if you can still bring it down, that would be very 100% good. I really appreciate him for making this type of decision.
The impact of Dangote as a patriotic citizen of Nigeria is recommendable, and we appreciate. This is one of the greatest strike, and a Nigerian to rise up to that issue by using his weight to impact mostly on transportation and others within Nigeria. And to me, in Nigerian deficiencies and lack of transparency and accountability in oil sector that give and jack Nigeria to almost 60 years redundancy, domicility, and lack of proper attention.
It's a capitalist, so bringing it down, I think the shipping cost is no longer there, because we used to talk about shipping cost, importation cost, and all of that. All those things have been removed, and if we were buying it before at 1.2 before it started, and then they were exporting and importing, all those costs were involved. So 200, I don't think is recommendable, but I don't think it's enough. That is my own take.
Who would have thought that within a space of few months, dollar can become so irrelevant? I mean, so irrelevant in the sense that even if you want to do your Western Union, they don't give you dollar anymore. They convert it to naira. That's making naira have some sort of value. So government can also make some kind of pronouncement that we really, that's the language people understand. I can't run, it's not everybody that uses solar, it's not everybody that uses diesel. Most people depend on fuel. I mean, it's crazy. If I have to run my business, and let's not even go to the area of NEPA, it's not reliable. Most Nigerians provide energy by themselves. You know, it's crazy. So away from, we've been hearing these things, it's almost like audio. We've not seen it happen practically. So we want that practical, implication and then impact. Trust me, Nigerians are very hardworking. I do not believe in that saying that Nigerians have a lot of lazy people. No, we are I am very hardworking, and I know there are a lot of young people out there who have all we demand is energy, power, light, fuel, subsidized. We are producing these things. How is it that they are so high even in our states where we produce them? It's an irony. So it's useless for us to be doing well as a nation, but individually we are so poor. Why? That's why you see a lot of people, doing everything to travel. Why? Why should we travel to do menial jobs when we can sit here and do the regular noble jobs that we do and then enjoy these things? So it's not enough. It has not started showing. Dangote may be doing from his own end, but the impact on the masses is not still showing. And trust me, it's useless for us to be performing very well globally as a nation, but as an individual, if we're not able to feel the impact, I mean, it's almost like we're failed. We are failed. They say charity begins at home, and for now, it's until it begins to impact on me, until I begin to see energy, I use power in an affordable, rate, before I begin to say that, yes, kudos to the government and kudos to Dangote and so many others.
I appreciate Dangote's involvement in reducing this diesel that carries almost 30% of Nigerian transportation and economic impactment to the citizen.